1, 2, 3. They're still married. They're still married. They're still married. For now.
Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. With me is my lovely wife, Melissa.
Hello.
Here we go, Melissa.
Alright.
Back again once again. Oh, this one. This is the one that we helped meet the guy, right?
Yes.
My friends, you made it.
The wedding.
Oh my god. How do we accidentally go to their wedding? Like, you go into town and you're like, oh wait.
Like, does she know that we stink?
We smell bad. My friends, you've made it. Just in time, too. The wedding is just about to get started.
Honey, you don't want us there.
Oh, this is where you're getting married? Out front with the horses? Got it. Cool.
I guess they can't smell us over the horses, right?
Right?
And
It's
the
good
oxen.
to see you, my friends. It is good to see you, my friends. I'm glad that you are able to be here to see our union. I'll promise.
How old do you think he is?
Who is that guy?
Jim Bridger. Duh.
We're gathered here today to witness the union between this man and this woman, Ava Douglas.
I think Nick Nolte is perfect. Voice, right?
By my power as the power of this fine fort, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss and canoodle.
By my power as the owner of this fine fort. That's the power that you get to form a legal union?
It's like a captain.
Yeah.
Sea captain.
And
Woo! What one person? Woo! Oh, there we go. Yay, hooray. I was about to say, one guy's like, woo.
it's done. Oh, happy day.
I'm glad you were present, friends, please.
I would like for you to meet my new family. Oh, because she left her family to go run and be with me.
So, these are the travelers I heard so much about? It is a pleasure to meet you. My son, new daughter-in-law, have told me so much about you. And for some reason, in my picture, I look the same age as my son.
I was going to say.
Same damn age.
He looks the same. It looks like the same person.
I wish to thank you for your service to my family. My son has explained that you were instrumental in their meeting. I wish for you to have this, a measure of my family's thanks. It will help you in Oregon.
200 flour.
Thanks.
Could you fix our we
Wagon?
don't have anywhere to put it.
You have clothes. You have clothes.
Yeah.
Farewell and safe travels, my friends. I hope to find you each again. Perhaps once we're living in large in Oregon. Ah. Then we're going to find their gravestone.
Oh. It'd be less tragic.
2
than
weeks later.
Little Mary.
Little Mary. Congratulations on completing Star-Crossed Lovers.
Aw.
See, we accomplished some shit today. Some people are milling around. Loitering, you would say. Alright, let's trade. Trade supplies. Let's see what they got. Got some toolboxes here. Maybe they want flour.
Right.
Nope, of course not.
Fish traps.
Fish traps and
Haggle.
and
Maybe we can
dragoon
get him
medallions.
One
You
Madoon.
talky good. You talky so good.
Dragoon medallion. I think a Madoon is a good, a good short for that. One Madoon.
There you go.
One
One
Madoon it
Madoon.
is.
One Madoon for you. There's your Madoon. I'm gonna have to try and remember to name this episode Madoon. Okay. I don't need any of that.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
worth
we
it.
really need any of that right now.
Should we sell pelts?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then we need to start trying to get them as healthy as possible. This is gonna be expensive. We need to fix the wagon first.
Well, but we just got 5. Okay, here's the thought.
Think it.
If we use our 5 toolboxes to fix the wagon. That'll make it cheaper at a blacksmith, right? And then we have more money to buy wheel grease, which will prevent our wagon from failing in the future, no?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's do it.
And then let's save one, because you still have one left, right?
Uh-huh.
Save that, because now we've got all of the damaged spots, or all of the the fully,
Sure.
Let's see if the blacksmith is cheaper, since they're not
Okay.
fully holes. I don't know.
No full holes here.
Just some wear and tear.
They can repair the whole thing for $37.
Repair only. Oh, it's the same price. Yeah. All right. $37.
Okay. Need what?
We need clothes and wheel grease.
Here's the problem, though. Okay.
What's the barber cost?
The barber's the cheaper one. But he goes up each time you, do something. So it'll be 5, then it'll be 7, then it'll be, 12, then it'll be, something. They go up by so much. I think we need to get Frances good, because her scores go up. And she's completely...
Well, and he's going to put Frances all the way to the top, right? Yeah. David, Jane, and Sarah are only down by 2, and new clothes give them 2. So new clothes wouldn't put Frances up to full anyway. So just do Frances with him right now.
Fine, admires reflection. So she's tidy once again. She's happy about that.
Okay, now go back and see how much clothes are.
What about the doctor stuff, though?
Where are we at with doctors, with health?
David is down to health bars. See? Everybody's down a health nugget, but David's down 2 health bars.
Will he repair those?
Okay, so we can restore 1 health for $10, or we can treat the injury for $30. The injury will give him his health back, his bars back. The treating the health will give you your
so that leaves us with $43 to get wheel grease and clothes.
Which I don't think we're getting wheel grease and clothes. I'm gonna be frank with you. Even with 73, I don't think we're gonna be able to get wheel grease and clothes. Let me go back out.
What if you give David 1 medicine? Will that make it cheaper at the doctor? Because we have medicine.
Because the medicine...
we can use the medicine for Sarah, Jane, and Frances, certainly.
I don't think it makes it cheaper. I think overall treating injuries is going to be $30 or more, depending on how many bars you're missing. And I don't think we're going to get bars back from
medicine. Yeah, I know that.
So let's go to the store and see what we're looking at the store. Alright, so wheel grease costs
they don't have
$23.
clothes.
It's actually cheaper.
We don't have enough money to buy clothes.
Unless we sell pelts. We could sell the pelts.
Can you look at what the map looks like moving forward?
I cannot. I have not figured out a way to do that. I can look at that.
We're at Fort Bridger right now, right? Mm-hmm. So we don't have...
Any crossings before Fort Hall.
Any crossings before Fort... Yeah, sell some pelts. See what we can get.
Alright.
Trade, right?
Trade. I'm getting there. $5 per pelt. Let's haggle. Get in there, Sarah. Yeah, knocking it out. Probably $6 per pelt. Yep.
Do we have 8 to sell?
Yeah, 8 pelts. Yes.
Sweet.
So $6.
So it's 48.
48.
All right, that gets us clothes and at least 1 wheel grease.
It does. It doesn't give us a night in a hotel, which is a bummer.
Does a night in a hotel restore hygiene as well as
I
rest?
believe so. Well, I don't know. I know it restores stamina, and I know it helps with morale, but I don't know if it restores the... But I think you're right. I think we need to stay the course on that. We need to get some clothes, and we need to get some wheel grease. So, wheel grease.
Clothes were you skipped over.
I know. I just wanted to go to wheel grease first. We might be able to get a hotel. Alright, so view wagon.
Yeah.
Now
You can add another wagon.
No, you replace this wagon with a different one.
Oh.
Alright, so everybody's most fun time. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I can. And that is inventory management. We've all been waiting for this, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so weird to look at it and have it not have all the red and
Yeah,
orange.
I know. Some of that hot, sexy inventory management going on.
Gosh, we have so much flour. We don't have any meat.
No, we ate it all coming here.
Oh,
we're on full to keep the morale up, remember? Because they were
That's
really
right,
like
yeah.
dying. Ooh, yeah. Those flowers are coming together.
You're ridiculous. Pay the poor shopkeeper.
She's just sitting there like watching like, can I get money? 1 second, ma'am. I need to make sure that this is organized. Look at how beautiful this organization is.
Lovely.
It is. It's downright sexy. I'm gonna say it. Alright, now let's pay her. Now that everything is Tetris together, let's do this.
I didn't realize we don't have any meat.
Rest. We got a ton of flour though. We've got plenty of food. Resting can reduce bonus illness and injury duration, which helps part of the program. So lodging is $2 per person. So that's only $8.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And let's see if it did it say hygiene or no? I didn't.
I didn't say hygiene. We'll see what happens. See what we get the next day. Sound asleep in weeks. Hey, come on! No numbers went up. Okay.
I don't think it'll show you until you get out of the screen.
It might. You might be right. All right, we ready to press?
Yep.
Deepak. Country roads.
Or it just didn't give us anything.
Take me home to the first headline.
Reach the next settlement in 10 days.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We can do that.
Avoid contracting dysentery. Get a harmonica. Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So, wow. We're in the desert. Shit. We're in the desert. This is gonna get rough. Okay. So these are all nothing.
Okay.
So we can hit the Dragoon. We can just hit the Dragoon, then the Dragoon.
Yeah, we
What
might
does
as
this one give us?
well. Restore stamina.
I think our stamina's full.
We have plenty of coffee.
We don't.
No?
No, we dropped coffee. A lot of coffee, because you wanted to pour them on that fat guy in the
sorry.
road. And we drank one. This needs to happen right now. Use. Okay, so...
I say we go for the Dragoon medallions.
Okay. Well, we can only get 2 of them.
Right. But I mean, right now...
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason not to go for the Dragoon medallion right now. I just didn't know if you wanted to go to the... Party embarks upon the long trip to Soda Springs. They cannot help but wonder whether detouring to Fort Bridger was a wise choice. Saddled with a guitar and a frickin' banjo.
Is it a guitar? It's not.
It's a guitar and a banjo, yeah. While feeding the oxen, Jane observes
Come
that one of
on,
the
I
beasts
can
seems
still
lethargic.
see people in the freaking background.
It's breathing labor. It might be sick. A full day's rest or an additional food may well restore its food. So do we let the oxen rest? Do we give it 30 flour? Do we inspect the ox? Should we inspect? See if we can't glean some more information. 2 hours lost. Jane is a farmer. Believes the problem to be a mild form of colic. Easily treated with water to drink and a moment to roam freely. In no time, the party is able to continue on. Oh, so that just fixed it. Oh, nice. Way to go, farmer.
That's why
Jane.
it took her 2 hours.
Yeah. Here we go! Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed roam. Who the fuck are these guys?
Stranger.
Greetings, weary travelers. I can see you are injured. Perhaps we can be of use to each other. You see, I happen to be a physician, and it would be my pleasure to heal your wounds and tend to any illness that might plague you. In exchange for a full treatment, I only ask, say, 300 pounds of food. My wife, in somewhat lack of provision for herself.
Is there not a fuck off button?
Yeah,
Because
it's called decline. It's called decline. I'm not even haggling that. 300 pounds of food? You're out of your fucking mind, dude.
The other guy wanted $10. Oh, God.
Oh, goody. Rain in the desert. That's sweet. That's a double up. That's a double whammy. I like it. Oh, shit. It's the murder mystery.
Stay back, citizens. There's been a murder. A murder most foul.
This is the one you fell asleep through.
Oh, I see. You're that group that the cat... I can't read.
Oh, I see! You're the group that the captain's been hunting... Shit. I can't read either.
Got hunting us down,
down,
eh? Is he Canadian?
Ooh.
I had you pegged the minute I saw you. Detective's intuition, as it were.
Eh?
Eh? What's this about? I could use an assistant on this case very well. If you help me track down the killer, I'll return to the captain as soon as I'm able.
If it's the exact same event, we already know who the killer is.
You do. I slept through it. Excellent. With your help, I'll have this case solved in no time at all.
This is going to be the entire episode. Alright. Here we go.
I've compiled a list of clues, suspects, and places of evidence. Simply tell me what you wish to inspect, or let me know when you're ready to make an accusation.
Alright. Take me through it, Detective Melissa. If you fell asleep last time, I guess we got to do the whole damn thing again.
Alright.
Which one do you want me to click on?
I mean, I guess the overview, so we know what's going on, right? Everyone present is part of a wagon train heading to Oregon, with the exception of Quill, who arrived only yesterday. The others have been together for the better part of a month now. Some have known each other longer, some less. Until now, there's been no infighting. Our victim is one Elias Farthing. He funded the expedition and was its de facto leader. He wasn't well loved, but as far as I can tell, he also didn't have any explicit enemies. For the most part, their journey seems to have been normal, except that they had been being harassed by thieves a lot more than usual. The thefts had been targeted and efficient. It's likely that someone on the inside has been helping them somehow.
You cannot fall asleep.
I do remember.
Yeah.
Now this... I've compiled a list of clues. We already read that.
I read that. So, do you want to investigate evidence?
Yeah.
Suspect dossiers or interview suspects?
I don't care. Pick
Pick
one.
one.
Suspect
You're
dossiers.
You're the guy.
I've taken the liberty of compiling some information on each of our suspects. Each suspect also provided a writing sample, so we could compare it to the note that we found at the scene. I watched as each wrote their sample so I could see which hand they favor. Just let me know who you'd like to learn more about.
I will do the voices.
Wasn't it the guy who was like ambidextrous? Somebody's ambidextrous. I vaguely do remember.
I know who it is.
Who
I'll
is
do the
it?
voices of the other characters.
Alright.
Since you're doing the main dude.
Alright.
So, Quill Peabody first.
Quill Peabody is a reporter, one of those academic types. Certainly not the kind of man I'd picked as a killer, but you never really know. He doesn't seem a bad sort, just timid, I'd say.
Nice pause. Nice ellipses there. Well done.
He reportedly came here to speak with the deceased. I know they conversed briefly before Elias perished, but you are better off asking Quill about the details. Sorry, not much to go on here. He's not a long-term member of the train, which makes him a bit of a mystery. Still don't reckon he's got murder in his blood, though. Oh, right. As to physical attributes, the man wrote his sample right-handed and wears large boots. Being a reporter, we may have plenty of samples of his handwriting. Though not an exact match to those found at the scene, his samples were the closest match of the group. I've taken the liberty of compiling some information.
It's the same thing. You read that last time.
Sorry.
It's all right. If it comes back, you've already read it.
Gareth Fairfield was the manservant of the deceased.
Manservant.
His butler, if you will. Far as I can tell, the man has been nothing but loyal up until now. But who knows what could have transpired between the two of them.
I did not press that button. Can assure you.
Gareth wrote his sample with his left hand and is of average foot size. We have samples of his writing from his personal belongings, and none match the letter found at the scene, of course. This is the only fellow who seems distraught that the murder occurred at all. That don't absolve him, but his reaction strikes me as genuine. Look, he's still a suspect, as is everyone present, but whoever heard of a butler being responsible for murder?
Every detective story ever.
The butler did it.
The butler did it. Yeah, you don't agree with that?
Kellogg Hardin isn't the kind of man you'd want watching your back or your front, if I'm honest. He's bad news. He's garnered some infamy around here. Never killed a man, far as I know, but all sorts of bad besides.
Besides killing somebody.
Oh. He's our prime suspect for the thefts. He's also a long-term enemy of Marshall. The two have been at odds for years, as far as I can tell. As to his physical characteristics, the man claims to be ambidextrous. He wears average-sized boots, and though he was equally skilled with each hand, his handwriting sample was horrible. Not sure if he's just an ugly writer or if he's faking it.
You don't have to read that.
Gurney Goldman is the sort of fellow who'd buy out his enemies rather than kill them. Never met a man richer than this, at least financially. He's not without problems,
He's got
of
$4
course.
whole dollars.
Well, wealth is both the source of his power and his ever-present demon. Old Gurney wrote his sample right-handed and is small-footed. His writing, you know what that means, right? His writing sample was neat, but not quite a match for the letter we found. This isn't the kind of man who gets his hands dirty, but if he had to, he's definitely of the backstabbing sort. Hard to say how he's involved exactly. Marshall Brennan.
His crotch.
Only really a suspect by
That's the
circumstance.
worst camera angle in this game. Did we not make fun of that last time?
I don't remember.
I don't remember it just being like Marshall Brennan. It's just like right in on his crotch.
But we should cover him in fairness.
He's just sitting there. My eyes are up here.
Marshall wrote his sample right-handed and has a fairly small shoe size. That's why they zoomed. I must say that his handwriting was truly terrible, as bad as Kellogg's, if not worse. Don't tell him I said that, though. Marshall's the impromptu sheriff of the wagon train. He's the one that's been keeping the bandits at bay, though depending on who you ask, he's not doing the best job of it. It's him, isn't it? Wasn't it him?
I'm not. You don't remember? I'm not telling you. You said we had to do it again, so we're doing it again. All right. So, you want to interview the suspects or investigate the evidence?
Whichever.
You're the detective.
Investigates.
Okay.
I've assembled all the evidence I could find. Let me know if you want to take a closer look at any of
It's
it.
unfortunate because this is all going to be you reading again.
Okay.
The suspects, I'll read the suspect voice. Wow, you just
Sorry.
fucked that all up.
Coffee cup down.
It's up. It's back up. It's good.
All right. The body of a middle-aged man lies face down in the mud, his fatal wound clearly visible in the center of his back. The body has sunk deeply into the mud, suggesting that it's been lying here for some time. Several boot prints are scattered about in the mud. Only one distinct set stands out, of average size. The man's clothes are intact, except for some stains from the rain and scattered mud. There are no injuries anywhere other than the fatal one in his back. It's unlikely that he fought against his attacker. Nothing else about the crime scene stands out. I estimate the time of death to be about 8:30 last night, caused by a single clean stab wound to the back. The footprints make for a difficult clue, unfortunately. The only footprints that are visible are those made after the rain had started.
What? Oh.
We found a letter on Elias's body, but it was so rain damaged as to be illegible. Still, there's a bit to be gleaned from it. The handwriting was messy, and it certainly wasn't written by Elias's hand. You ask me, this is our motive. The killer wasn't able to retrieve it, though I can't say why. From what we can make out, it looks like it's addressed to an external party rather than someone from the train. This is likely how our mole was communicating with the bandits. Unfortunately, the rain did them a favor. It's not much use to us now. Elias was killed with a single thrust from this knife. Of that, I'm certain. It's a standard hunting blade that can be found anywhere. Well, that's not true. With one distinct feature. It's been customized to have a left-handed grip. That's our biggest clue. As I said, the knife is otherwise unremarkable. The blade itself isn't warped at all. It's unlikely that Elias fought back. The position of his body also supports this. The untarnished condition of the blade also suggests that it was used efficiently, which means our killer was almost certainly left-handed.
Okay. So now, interview.
Yep.
Who do you want to interview first?
Just go through them.
All right, you gotta do the voices. Can I help you?
Do you have an alibi?
Let me think. I went to bed early, around 7 p.m. Perhaps I'd only arrived in the morning before, so I was still tired. Certainly not in the mood to be wandering about or conversing with anyone. I couldn't fall asleep for some time. I heard gunshots at one point, but it wasn't until after the rain had started that I managed to fall asleep.
He heard gunshots?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't, get up, see what the fuck they were?
Melissa's going to judge every suspect, regardless of whether they actually committed the murder or not.
What was your relationship with the victim?
I'm a reporter. Elias and I had only properly spoken the once. Yesterday morning, in fact. He told me he had news to share, but he had to procure evidence first. Frankly, I was and remain baffled. I don't know what news he was talking about or what evidence he was attempting to produce.
Let me examine you.
Cool Peabody is a tall, thin, well-dressed man. He seems bothered by the rain and his eyes are nervously darting around the gathered group. Next up, Gareth.
Sure.
Manservant. Oh, he said, I hope you catch the killer soon. I'll do anything I can to help.
Where were you last night at 8:35?
Let's see, I was preparing dinner for us in the wagon when I glanced outside to see Elias talking to somebody. That would have been around 7:30. He never came back. As soon as it started raining, I went out to check on him. This would have been around 9 p.m. and found him lying in the mud. I hope you can... I already read that.
What was your relationship to the victim?
I worked for the man. I was a valet, chef, attendant, and so forth. I resolved matters he hadn't the time nor stomach to solve for himself. Definitely not a bag man.
Not at all. Let me examine you.
Gareth is an enormous, imposing man. He looks less like a servant and more like a bodyguard or soldier. He's well dressed and maintains a neat composure in spite of the rain. So next up, Kellogg?
Sure.
Or did you want to do someone else?
No, whatever.
This is the bandit guy. What do you want?
Where were you yesterday?
I was out of the camp, practicing my aim. No idea what time it was, but I wrapped up and came back to camp. On the way, I passed by where Elias died, though it was dark enough that I couldn't see nothing. I did notice some fellas scurry off in a hurry, but I can't give you much more than that. My money's on whoever that was being the killer.
You think?
What do you want?
What was your relationship with the victim?
Elias saw the fellow around time and again, but I didn't care to know him, and he didn't care to know me. He wasn't one to get involved with shady folk like myself, so our paths hardly ever crossed. Not much else to say.
You just said that you're a shady human being.
Yeah, I do shady shit.
But you're not the murderer.
I'm honest about it. Never said I was a liar.
But you're not a murderer.
I'm a shady motherfucker.
Let me
I
examine.
steal from things and tell people immediately that I did.
Let me examine you.
Kellogg is a vicious-looking man whose hands are never far from his holsters. It's evident that he's spent plenty of time outside of civilization and outside the law.
The law.
Dun dun.
A large, fresh bruise adorns the right size of his face.
Wondering about the bruise? Well, I've got Marshall to thank for that one. Two of us ain't exactly friends, but hitting me was the first. Not quite sure what I'd done to deserve it. You'll have to ask him. Because if I did it, I'd tell you about it, because I ain't no liar.
Alright. So are we on the Marshall then?
Yep.
Or Gurney?
Gurney.
Gurney Goldman. Ugh, yes. What is it?
Where were you on September 12th?
I was relaxing in my wagon. It's what I'd be doing now if you weren't accosting me. At one point I heard gunshots. I went outside to see what the noise was, and I didn't see anything unusual. That was at exactly 8 p.m. by my watch. So I went back to nurturing my favorite hobby, being alone. This voice hurts a lot to do.
What was your relationship to the victim?
I knew almost nothing about Elliot or Elias, whatever his name is or was. We were companions of circumstance. I don't believe we ever even conversed.
Interesting. Let me examine you.
Love the way you say let me examine you. Gurney is a thin, stern-looking
Bend over
man.
and cough.
Gurney is a thin, stern-looking man. A golden pocket watch hangs at his waist.
Where'd you get that?
You can't ask him that. None of your fucking business.
And to Marshall.
Marshall. How can I help?
Where were you yesterday evening?
I saw Kellogg heading off with his guns at the ready, so I decided to follow him. That must have been around 8:30. Unfortunately, the rain made it hard to follow him, so I returned to camp. By that time, I had made it back here. Elias was dead, you ask me. It's no mystery who done did the deed.
Okay. What was your relationship with the victim?
Elias was the man who hired me to lead the caravan. He was a man with his demons, like any of us, but maintained his honor as long as I knew him. What happened to him was a damn shame. A damn shame.
Why did you hit Kellogg?
Saw that, did you? Well, I make no excuses. I hit him all right, you asked me. It's not even half of what he deserves for killing Elias and just plain being shady. Why do you think it is... why do you think it was Kellogg? Why do I think it was Kellogg? Not much for detective work, are you? His shoe size fits those found in Elias's body. The blade used to kill the man was fitted with a left-hand grip. Kellogg is ambidextrous. He was also unaccounted for at the time. Don't fucking correct me. Unaccounted for at the time of the murder. I'll make him pay for what he's done did. Mark my words.
Let me examine you.
Marshall is a sturdy, stout man with a confident posture and a grand, tidy beard. His clothes are immaculate. The only note of disorder is a large purple bruise adorning his left hand. That's it, my lady. Have you figured it out?
It was Marshall.
Okay, he's gonna ask you why. Because he likes Marshall. I hope you know why. I know you know why. Or do you want to recap? Do you want to make an accusation or recap?
Make an accusation.
Let's do it. He was your voice. I wasn't him.
Know who it was,
That was every other character.
Well, don't leave us in suspense.
Marshall?
Yep.
Final answer?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Marshall Brennan? Really? Really? Marshall? Well, I suppose he's a suspect, same as the others. His writing sample was right-handed, though, and as far as we can tell, the killer is left-handed. How'd you figure that? He's not right-handed. What do you mean he's not right-handed? I saw him write a sample myself. Do you have any evidence to suggest this is a fact? He hit the dude with his left, the bruise. Oh, I see. Kellogg's bruise was on the right side of his face, and Marshall's was on his left hand. Therefore, when he hit Kellogg, he swung with his left hand. Still, this isn't much to go on. For one, Marshall has small feet. No prints of his size were found in the mud at the crime scene. Can you explain that? It wasn't muddy. It hadn't started raining. Wasn't muddy? Why on earth do you think the ground wasn't muddy? Look at it. Special mud shoes.
Did you see some of the other ones? One of them was Evil Twin.
Yeah.
for the writing.
It was dark. It was dark, so it didn't. Yeah.
Just arrest him. Shut up.
It wasn't raining.
Give me your medallion.
It wasn't raining at the time Elias was killed. I suppose that could add up. But if it hadn't been rain damaged, why did the killer, Marshall, as you claim, leave the letter? Wasn't that the whole point of the murder? He can't read. He was tired. It was dark. Fake letter. He was interrupted by the guy coming back.
Got it.
I see. The killer was interrupted when Kellogg returned, and so didn't have time to retrieve the letter. But why? Why would Marshall kill Elias? Money, power. The victim's not dead.
Victim not dead. I like the victim not dead.
It's
not dead. He just starts slapping the dead body around. It's face down in the mud.
Thefts. He's the mastermind of the thefts. I see. Elias found a letter that Marshall had written to the thieves detailing the wagon train's supplies and guard routines. You claim that Marshall killed Elias to stop him from spreading the word. Is that correct? Yeah. It pains me to say this, but everything you've said adds up. I will confirm none of it and prosecute him and jail him
and hang him, probably in a day.
Yep. I will place Marshall under arrest and catch up with the
Welcome
captain
to the Wild
when
West.
I can. Right.
That's due process for you.
Take my medallion. It might be worth something along the way.
What? You have nothing but circumstantial evidence and hearsay? Well, that's what we got. Let's shoot him. Is he a witch, too? All right. So that's where we got to go. Ooh, you know what? We're going to end this episode because we're at 40 minutes because of that ridiculous detective story. So we're going to end this one, guys. We might have a short one next week because I like to end at the places because that's where it saves. But we'll be back with at least the rest of our journey to Soda Springs. You guys can reach us on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. Didn't say that right.
Nope.
Twitter at OldManGaming. It's not even Twitter, it's X now.
Whatever, it's Twitter.
They've actually finally changed the icons on all the places. Like
every time I see it in an article, it'll be like, and so posted on X,
formerly
known as
Twitter.
Like,
please bring that back.
It's always going to be
X
formerly known as Twitter.
X gonna give it to you. Racism. X gonna give it to you. All right. You guys can reach us on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. Links in the description below. Influence us and all of our shows from there. As long as you keep watching and listening, we'll keep making it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.